Season 1 Reloaded added a brand new ULTRA Gobblegum called Timeout. It'll end the round and prevent new zombies from spawning in for 3 minutes. But will this do anything in the boss fight of Terminus? Well, let's find out. And may I say, it feels amazing to be back playing Terminus here. I have been playing so much Liberty Falls, just testing out all the different augments and point system and testing this weapon and that weapon. And of course, we just had Citadel de Amor come out, so that's been the hot thing lately. Terminus has kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit here. So I thought using this brand new Gobblegum here would give me a good reason to experience this Easter egg again. And today we are going to be using the AS Val. I think I'm 9th prestige here, and I used all of my prestige tokens on every other thing I wanted. I think I have Casimir's and all of the kill streaks that I want. So I finally just bit the bullet and I chose the AS Val for one of my prestige tokens. And it just so happens to be the last assault rifle that we need gold. And I guess I'm gonna throw up the class for you right here. It's nothing special. Most of my classes here on Black Ops 6 are fairly consistent and pretty much the same. The create a class isn't as in-depth as I would personally like it. But we are around 2 months after the release of Black Ops 6 and the release of Terminus, and I'm curious what you guys think of the maps that we have so far. What map have you guys been playing the most? I think last time I asked it was Liberty Falls, but I think that was before Citadel came out. So now that Citadel's out, which one do you prefer between the two? Do you prefer the more kind of linear style of Easter egg here in Terminus? Do you prefer the more scavenger hunt with the 4 different wonder weapons there in Citadel? Or do you still prefer the simplicity of Liberty Falls? Personally, I'm very happy with all of these maps, although I do think Citadel is kind of taking the lead here as the front runner, but I think this is going to be one of the first times that I really play Terminus after Citadel's out, so it'll be nice to kind of compare. Luckily, a big upside of Black Ops 6, at least so far, is that each of these maps really do play differently from one another. Like I said, this one is a little bit more linear. Citadel is the collectathon of Black Ops 6 so far. It's kind of like the Zetsubo or the Origins, where you're collecting a whole bunch of different parts at the same time, which is a zombie staple. And I just have such a soft spot for Terminus. I adore it so much. After all, it does have one of my favorite ever pack punch camos. It's just so good. I think one of my special challenges that I need to do for this AS Val is getting parasite kills, so hopefully this will be enough by the time we get to the Easter egg. I think it should. And now we can go ahead and equip Deadwire here, which I think is the other special challenge. Actually, I'm pretty sure is the special challenge. And all I gotta do is just not choke shooting these electrical boxes. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. I feel like I go back and forth on this. I remember this happening with, believe it or not, Firebase Z and D Machina back in the day. Whenever Firebase Z came out, I was like, oh, do I like Firebase Z more? Do I like D Machina more? I know everybody likes D Machina more. I know not a lot of people like Firebase Z. Oh, we've got to do the SAM trial, don't we? I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but I really hope that they continue to... Did that guy just drop a cell for 5? That's crazy luck. I hope they continue to update these SAM trials and add in other new specific ones. Like, I love this combat axe one. I never would have used the combat axe if it wasn't for the SAM trial. And I realized just how powerful they were. Oh, look at that free stamina up. Let's go. All right. It's been a while since I've done the math here, so hopefully we could do this and not embarrass ourselves. We've got 10 times 2 is 20 plus 11 is 31. We've got 20 times 2, which is 40, plus 0 is still 40, minus 5 is 35. We've got 0 again, plus 20, so 20 minus 10, which is 10. Hopefully, aha, yeah, I love that step. That's such a fun step. I just said a math step is fun. Dang it, I'm such a nerd. I mean, to be fair, I make Call of Duty zombie videos and I put them on the internet. I think nerd kind of goes along with that. Is this ready? Yeah, I think it's ready. Yeah, there you go. Full multiphasic resonator. Let's go. I do hear one of the main criticisms of, well, Black Ops 6 zombies in general with both of these kind of bigger map main quests is that they're a little bit short. Like, the bulk of this quest is the Beam Smasher upgrade, just unlocking the Beam Smasher, which is semi-true. Once we do this, all we need to do is fight the Amalgamation, the Nathan boss fight, and then we go ahead and do the boat step when we reconnect the little wires there, and then it's the bomb step, I think, more or less, and then it's boss fight. So yeah, it is technically a little short, but more so I've heard that claim about Citadel, and that one's a little bit more true there. Oh, which one is the orb? There we go. However, I do gotta say, I give Citadel a little bit more grace because the 4 incantations and the 4 wonder weapons do take a substantially long amount of time, and it's not like you could just skip it with a wonder bar, you know, you've got to do all of those things every single game, so that's naturally going to add some length to it. I think the biggest criticism I'm hearing of Terminus lately is just that these islands are kind of pointless, I hear people say. I don't think that, well, these islands have a lot of purpose, but if you're just generally playing the game, you don't really need to go out here, which I kind of see that as a positive. Because these islands are fairly spread apart, it is a little bit tedious to go in between them mid-round or when you're trying to do all of these other things. So if it did force you to come out here for anything, it would get a little bit more tedious, but because coming out here is a choice and everything you need is back on the main island, I find like it's not too bad. Plus there's a lot of fun training spots out here on these islands, which I like a lot. Plus this island's got Whack-A-Crab. How can you be upset with Whack-A-Crab? It's not useless. This is so fun. I do wish these crabs counted towards kills with your baseball bat, so you could get like a Nebula bat by doing this Whack-A-Crab Easter egg. I think that'd be really fun. Let's see, what perk are you gonna give me that I already have stamina up? I swear that gives you a perk you already have 100% of the time. But this is a great source of points and salvage. But in all honesty, I know these islands take a little bit to get to, but that almost adds to the atmosphere. It's weird. We want maps to be as good as they can be, but these little imperfections, like maybe the islands take a little bit too long to get to, if they were to fix that with some way, I don't know how they would fix that, but I just think it's part of the charm of the map that you have all of these different islands. And it is part of the charm that it does take a while to get there. Like, it's what makes the map, you know? Like, is Terminus really Terminus without this absolutely gorgeous view? I mean, it's so immersive, especially coming off of like Cold War or Vanguard maps. Having this is just absolutely breathtaking. I know it's not as cartoony or kind of over the top as something like Ancient Evil, but it's still pretty darn atmospheric and really fun to be in. I will say, I do think the Beam Smasher is gonna be looked back upon as an underrated wonder weapon. It's not the best, it's not gonna be the strongest, there's definitely better weapons out there, but the unique function of it to slow down and to weaken zombies, and then that allows you to get more kills, I think that's gonna be really fondly remembered in the future. And the tentacle traps are pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty unique. I do wish they were in like better areas to where they would actually be useful, but that's honestly not a bad spot. Lots of high round strategies are in here. Speaking of tentacle traps, I guess I should have shot this one. Oh, it's on cooldown. I guess I should have shot that one when it was active, because that's exactly the one that we need. We'll go ahead and get this key card, hopefully. Is the key card going to drop here? Now that I'm looking at it, there doesn't seem to be, there's a parasites there. Doesn't seem to be a key card right there, even though the vent itself is broken. Probably because I already activated the trap, and that's what breaks the traps. Donuts, you donut. See, the key card is here. Oh man, you learn something new every day. Luckily we have enough. I did go ahead and double pack-a-punch this AS Val. I am also going to upgrade it to our purple rarity here, because now all we need to do is get a little key code and we can go on to the Nathan boss fight. I'm definitely going to get tier 2 armor before we do that, but that should be really easy. We'll give the hard drive to Dr. Peck. He'll do his magic. Let's see, what time is it? That looks like it's around 8 o'clock. That's 4, so we've got 841. 841. We'll get our tier 2 armor. We'll say hi to Nathan over here. 841 unlocked. Very good. We'll go ahead and unlock him. This quest is definitely longer than Citadel's. I mean, you've got the trap step, you've got this step, then we're gonna go to the boats, and then the bomb, and then the boss fight. So yeah, definitely a little bit more involved than Citadel's, but definitely more linear. This is a lot of screen shake right here. Okay, there is our Nathan right there, and this AS Val is doing work so far. Nathan, don't eat people, okay? That's not normal. And he's already almost dead, and we're barely even here. Oh yeah, I remember that was such an intense fight when we first did it. That was like, it really was like a mid-game boss fight, but much like most of zombies, The difficulty of zombies comes in the form of knowledge and preparation. Do you know what you're about to experience? Do you know the challenge that you're going to go through? And then are you prepared for it? And then of course the strategy to overcome it, making sure you're not overthinking it, making sure you're not doing anything to make it harder on yourself. And this might be a bad idea, doing this lockdown by myself with not a lot of ammo. We're only double pack-a-punch though, so ammo shouldn't be that expensive. And it's still only round 13, so this double pack-a-punch gun should be like 1 or 2 shotting these guys. And we've got a max ammo, very good. Like I said, coming prepared, knowing your challenge, knowing the tools you got makes it really easy, especially when it comes to this step here. Can I see, do we need a little node here? We do need a little node here. So let's jump on over. You can see we've got a bunch of zombies spawning in, and like we first thought on day 1, we first thought that was like an infinite wave of zombies. No, it's just a singular wave of zombies. So once you kill the zombies, you can just kind of be here and repair the node. Obviously, that's a lot easier than what we originally thought it was. As a side note, beautiful people, I did make a step-by-step main quest guide. You know, a traditional guide like every single other zombies YouTuber makes, but I made it for Citadel de Mort, and a lot of you beautiful people loved it. And I know I am insanely late, but would you guys still want to see a step-by-step guide for Terminus and Liberty Falls as well? I have walkthroughs on the channel, and I have a lot of gameplay of me doing it and kind of walking you through the steps, but would you guys see some benefit of me giving out, you know, more accurate steps later here in the game's life cycle? Oop, and there's our Deadwire kills. Very good. And you know what? We'll go ahead and use our Ether Shroud here so we don't have to waste a round doing this. Boom. Easy as that. Because when you think about it, like, the game's only been out for a couple months and people are going to be looking up these guides for years to come. Plus Christmas was just here, so those Christmas noobs are going to be looking at stuff, and if all of the day 1 guides are a little outdated or inefficient, that might not be the best. So I'm heavily considering it. Also, I just realized we're already on the bomb step, and we could just do it this round if we want to. So I think I'm going to take this, and I think I am going to want to just kind of go progress a couple rounds here. I think I should go see if we can't do the SAM trials either. Maybe get me some more salvage so we can get a legendary upgrade here pretty soon. Plus I'm gonna need perks and triple pack-a-punch just in case that Timeout Gobblegum really doesn't work. I'm hoping the Timeout Gobblegum, which is the reason we're making this video by the way, I'm hoping it just kind of stops the zombies from spawning in and it lets you focus on the boss and the boss itself. I feel like that would be really fun. I think Codename Pizza tried it against the Citadel boss fight, and I think it still had zombies spawning in, which makes me really sad. But I haven't watched anybody try it. Dang it, another guy. Well, actually, no, that Casimir should be worthless here. Oh wow, the abomination's here, or the amalgam's here. I almost forgot you were even on this map because you're already dead. Perfect. I think with this SAM trial here and this round of zombies, I think we're gonna be able to triple pack-a-punch and get our legendary rarity. And then I think I'll do the bomb step, and then I think we'll do maybe a couple more rounds just to get some perks here. As much as I would love to do this boss fight with only 3 perks, I don't think that's the wisest decision. Oh my goodness, that was so many zombies right there. But this AS Val, man, it has such a fast fire rate, it's crazy. Oh, and a double points, let's go. Can we get enough headshots? Let's go, oh boy. And then that double points, yeah, we've got, oh, and there's Mystic Gold, let's go. And you know what? I see a little decoy grenade over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this decoy, and that should get us a little bit more points here. Let's get these points first, and Jug Bummer. Let's go pick back up our smoke over here. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to legendary now. I think I should have enough, indeed I do, for Speed Cola. And we're gonna get triple pack-a-punch, and then we're gonna jump overboard. We're gonna get a lucky epic ether tool and a double pack-a-punch and a GS45. I really should have just pack-a-punched that, to be honest with you. That would have been really good in the boss fight, or I should have double pack-a-punched this wonder weapon that I totally forgot I had. Whoops. But anyway, I think it's time for us to hack these buoys. This is another one of those steps that I feel was really stressful when we first learned it, especially solo. You've got these bugs that spawn in right here. What I do is I aim straight for the buoy, and then I aim down at the base of the buoy, and that usually gets me the hacking animation. And then as soon as it's done, I make sure that I'm looking at my tactical raft, so that way I get the button prompt as soon as it's done, because as soon as it's done, the enemies go away. Gonna try to line up straight here on the buoy, get close. I'm gonna release, look at the bottom, very good. Turn around, look at the raft. As soon as the signal is done, we can enter it and those guys disappear. Beautiful. And now we've got the most stressful Easter egg step in, I believe, all of Black Ops 6, and that is this defuse step. So we're gonna go ahead and get into position here. Our first door is right over here. Let's go ahead and plate up. We'll get some zombies spawning in. I always try to stay away from this until that thing gets fully popped up, just like that. And then we can Ether Shroud. Oh, that usually brings me to it here, but we can defuse it. And then the Ether Shroud will go away, but it's okay because we should defuse it in time, and then we can turn around and just get on out of here. And then over here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do Ether Shroud again just to be safe, because that top one, I think I'm decent at throwing a smoke grenade at. Very good, we're almost done, and there we go. I think after you get done with the second one, an amalgam spawns in, so you just want to be careful about that. Let's go ahead and run on over here and throw down our smoke grenade right in this corner, and that should hide us in this cloud of smoke, I hope. I think it is. All right, very good. And smoke grenades, I think, are even more effective. Well, they're definitely more effective than Ether Shroud. We didn't even get touched. Look at that. Beautifully done. And now we just gotta save up stuff for the boss fight. And you know what? If I were smart, I would have used the free double points this round. That's what I really would have done, but too bad I'm not smart. We'll do it this round. We'll do it this round. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some PhD because we still need triple armor, and I do want to get at least elemental pop, so that way our elemental effects have a much bigger effect on the enemies. That's what I have on my elemental pop augment. I'm gonna go ahead, go into here, get that free double points, let these guys spawn in a little bit. I really should have done the free perk Easter eggs. I'll be honest, I went through this Easter egg much faster than I remember ever going through it. Oh, look at all those zombies. Oh, it's so good. Look at all the points we're getting. It's wonderful. Well, okay, let's go ahead and get our triple armor. We have enough salvage for like a Casimir, I think. Or, you know what? I might go shock charges. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do shock charges for the amalgams. That way I can stun them, because I've used Deadwire for so long in this boss fight. I remember when I first did it, this napalm burst was magic. I remember it doing a ton of damage to the boss fight, so I'm gonna roll the dice here, and hopefully it works pretty well in the boss fight now. So what perks are we missing? We're missing Quick Revive, Melee Macchiato, and Vulturate, I think. As cool as it would be to get Vulturate, I'm not all that upset by not having it, but I do think it would be wise to at least get Quick Revive here, and maybe some extra points, because this AS Val is probably gonna run out of ammo, so I would like some extra points here. Oh, you know what? It would be nice to have a kill streak, but oh, is it worth it though? Is it worth it to crank through these rounds? Honestly, it's like 2,500 salvage. I don't think we're gonna be gaining that much salvage over the next couple rounds. We have nearly 10,000 points, which is gonna be good for 2 different ammo refills, and we're gonna get a max ammo at this bug round. I feel like we should go. I feel like it's gonna be challenging, but I feel like we could do it. At least I hope we can do it. We're gonna find out if I can do it. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, in terms of when I'm going to pop this timeout, I'm not going to do it right away, because if it is going to work, I'd rather it work towards the end, like the 3rd phase. So I think I'm gonna try to get through this 1st and 2nd phase naturally. And by the way, look at how much damage, like I was talking, wow, the napalm burst is nuts. The napalm burst is crazy. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. That's like less than 3 magazines worth of AS Val ammo, and we're already done with phase 1. That is crazy. I love this boss fight. Oh, I missed this boss fight so much. I know these manglers are gonna just get destroyed by our napalm burst, for example. Oop, there you go. And that's gonna get us some ammo, which is awesome. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, this 2nd phase is going to be a little bit more intense, but I think the trick to it is going to be just running around the platform. Instead of staying in the center, I think running around the platform is going to give us a little bit. Oh, and he's got a weak spot there. Okay, let's have him get rid of the zombies. Actually, maybe we do want to stay in the middle of the platform here. Let's keep going back and forth. 970 damage. I don't know if that's like really good for this boss fight. I know that's about what we get with the boss fight for Citadel. And honestly, this is going pretty good. I don't think you need to go back and forth. Just kind of training around the sides here. He's gonna swipe just like that. You kind of want to do this around here. There goes his mouth. I'm stuck. Just gotta not panic, you know, not panic. Let's actually go over here. And now we've got his tentacles. Now we've got his tentacles here. He is gonna drop down because I've moved. So he's gonna pop back up here, but that's quite all right. I'm just gonna try to strafe around here. He's got all of those zombies there. Now we're doing like 1100 damage, which is just fine. Even at a distance, we're doing that much damage. That's awesome. Okay, so we got that left tentacle. Mangler, can you, ooh, we turned the Mangler. That's all right. I was gonna ask for some armor there. Oh, there we go. We'll just have him. Oh, and then he killed all the zombies. Beautiful. Have him pop back up. I believe now his weak spot should be back to napalm burst, which is awesome. He's gonna wipe out most of the zombies here. And we can just lay in the damage. Look at that damage on his shoulder. That is nuts. That is crazy. Napalm burst might just be the way to go here. So now we get to, that was honestly the fastest fight. The napalm burst might actually be the way to go. So now we've just got to remember to use our little timeout Gobblegum once we enter the third phase. Oh yes, we've got our amalgam in here. So let's kind of go see how difficult that's gonna be. And I really hope that the Gobblegum actually deletes him too. Let's throw a shock charge down. Oh, we've got plenty of damage on him. We are totally fine with napalm burst. That's lovely. And then we should be really close. Oh, we got to put on some more armor here. We might, I'm going to pop a shields up actually. I am going to pop a shields up here. All right, and we're back and we're back. Now what I want to do is I'm going to ether shroud here and I'm going to go for his eyes just because I want to. Okay, so he's deactivated that. Now I can kind of get a good sense of what this is going to be. Okay, so we've got an amalgam. I pop the timeout. No way, it does nothing. No way, you're telling me it does nothing? It just flipped around and didn't do anything? That's a ripoff. What a ripoff. Oh no, I thought it would at least kill the zombies in the round. No shot. No shot. That's crazy. That was that's an ultra gobblegum. Come on, Treyarch. No way. Oh no. Oh, what a bummer. What an absolute freaking bummer. Oh, I should be back here behind cover, shouldn't I? Let's go, donuts. Okay, very good. Well, at least napalm burst did the trick there. That was so anticlimactic, both in terms of the stinking gobblegum as well as napalm burst just being crazy good. It was either napalm burst or the AS Val. That was awesome. So it was one of those guys. Now we still have some time with the timeout, so I'm actually going to skip the cutscene and I'm going to continue on and see if I get any value out of this timeout. Is it still active? It's still active. Same with my shields up. We've got some good weapons, some good bonus points. Let's get the ray gun. Let's triple. Oh yeah, we got the ray gun skin for beating Liberty Falls. We can triple pack-a-punch it. Ooh, we got a power drill. Nice. Well, let's go ahead and triple pack-a-punch that guy. And fortunately, fortunately, it does look as though timeout does work after the boss fight. So with the normal zombies, I do think I'm going to throw up the description of timeout here. I do think it says normal zombies. I don't know exactly what they mean by normal zombies, but I'm guessing it means that they intentionally made it so you can't cheese boss fights like that, which is honestly kind of disappointing. Oh, and the little whistle once it's actually over, that's cute. I like that a lot. I see what they were going for, but that's still pretty disappointing. You know, at least it gave us a pretty good reason to play Terminus again. Even though I play Liberty Falls a lot when I'm doing my testing, one, I should probably be able to incorporate a few games here of Terminus more, but I have so many more Easter egg completions in Terminus than I do with Liberty Falls. I adore this Easter egg. I love this Easter egg. I love the boss fight. I think it's so fun. I love the giant kraken. I love the island aesthetic. It's like a new Zetsubo, except not quite. It's still so fun. It's still so fun. And we got our last assault rifle gold, so we are now moving on to our opal camo grinds for our assault rifles. Very productive day today. It's sometimes good to have a game where you're not filling out a spreadsheet at the same time. But man, is that disappointing that Timeout doesn't do anything for the boss fight. If you want to watch something that's not disappointing, then I'd highly recommend the Christmas version of Liberty Falls where I complete the main quest, but it's Christmas. Be sure to check it out here and stay beautiful. Oh yeah, and Happy New Year or something.